When you get a big box like this in the mail, you know it's gonna contain nothing but awesomeness. Welcome back to Warbotron 14, and today we will be doing a week of Warbotron. So for the whole week we will be checking out all the figures in this box, because there are 5 figures and they combine into one big combiner Warbotron, which is the third-party version of Bruticus. And before we take a look at what's inside this awesome box, I would like to give a shout out to the following people who gave comments in the previous videos that I've had. These people are from Team Venus, so Venus Amogis, SD Channel, Joyce Cal, Enjoy Hiking, Vanessa Marie Landero. Thank you for leaving your comments in my previous videos, and thank you for supporting me. And now let's take a look at what's inside the box. Let's check it out and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share this video, and without further ado, it's time to take a look at what's inside this big awesome box of Warbotron. And here we're taking a look at this packaging for Warbotron, and as you can see, I'm on the floor. This is pretty big box, and let's take a look at the packaging, because this is my first third-party figure, so it's not a Hasbro brand. It's a third-party company that made their own Bruticus, so it's pretty nice, elegant box, not too much fuss, just this golden outline of the word Warbotron, and it says warning, ages 15 plus, so nothing on the side, same thing on the back, nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom, so pretty elegant, taking out Warbotron, the third-party version of their Bruticus or the Combaticons. So let's take this guy out and let's see if it's fitting here. Let's move the camera, and here we go. So pretty nice packaging inside. You have this black styrofoam, and so the figures are protected because it's a very nice styrofoam cover. And then you have everything, and he is in his combined mode as Bruticus or Warbotron. So we'll take a look at these individual pieces in different reviews and how to transform them. But first off, let's take a look at the accessories. So it's got this pretty big gun over here, and then got another 2 cannons. So I'll probably show how these things fit in. And you have a baggies of all these weapons over here and loose parts. And then you have all the Combaticons in their combined form. So taking a look at all the figures, time to take a look at the documentation. Take them out of the bag. So got this off at Big Bad Toy Store. So you have the instruction sheets for, and the instruction sheets are pretty nice, pretty good illustrations, and pretty big. Compare them to the Hasbro ones, this one's pretty big one. So take a look at everything in my separate videos for the individual robots. So the first figure we're gonna take a look at in this set will be Heavy Noisy, the third-party figure version of BRAWL of the Combaticons. So as you can see, this is a really awesome figure. His alt mode is a tank, so the reason we're starting with the robot mode is when we go to the alt mode or his tank mode, it's easier to go to the combined mode from the tank. And then this is a really awesome figure. I really love this set. So taking a look at the head sculpt of this figure, as you can see, it's got that really awesome light piping. So if you look at his eyes, it looks like the light is going through. Really awesome. and the detailed sculpting in this figure is immaculate. And taking a look at his chest, and yes, you see there's no Decepticon symbols because it's not a Hasbro product, it's a third-party figure. As you can see, he got his 2 guns, and then on his feet and the legs, really awesome. So before we go any further, leave a comment below so you can be joined in the roulette of winners in my next videos, and you can get a shout out as well. So leave a comment, give this video a thumbs up, don't forget, and share this video with your friends, and subscribe if it's your first time here. So taking a look at the articulation as well, you can turn the head 360 and the head can look up and down that much, and then the shoulders can go far that much and can turn 360 as well, but it's hindered by his back piece, which is removable. So if you want to remove that, the arm or the shoulder can go 360, a 90-degree bend at the elbow, and then you can see there. And then there's a bicep swivel, and then the hands, which is awesome because the fingers can open and close, and there's also a swivel at the wrist. So it's a lot of articulation for this figure. And then it also has a waist swivel, as you can see, which is really awesome how third-party figures can do the articulation, a lot of articulation, and Hasbro cannot. And then the feet or the legs can kick far that much, kick back that much, and if you have the tank turret at the back, it's gonna be hindered. And it also has more than a 90-degree bend on the leg because of the transformation, and also ankle tilt, as you can see there. There's a lot of articulation in this figure. Then the toes can move up and down as well, and as well as the back, because it folds down for the transformation. I really love how this figure is. So now you've taken a look at all the articulation. So talking about the tank turret, this as well can become his weapon. So if you want, you can extend the barrel, and he can hold this, but it will be hindered because of the arms. So what you can do, you take this out, so it's just held on by this peg over here. So you can take out the whole cannon, and you can have him hold it. And this one as well, you can turn it around so it looks like he has some rocket launchers as well as this big cannon, and he can hold it like this so it can fit on the arm. And then this one can become a shield, so you just put it on the arm like this. So now Heavy Noisy or Brawl, he's got a shield and a cannon, and his guns, you can still put it in here for weapon storage. So he's fully armed and ready to rumble and take on any of the Autobots. For comparison, take a look at how he compares with other figures. So bringing in Headstrong from the Predacons, from the Titans Return. So here he is, and as you can see, Headstrong is way bigger than this guy from the Predacon, from the Predacons who form Predaking. And then I have my Unite Warriors Skydive, and he is pretty small. So, and last but definitely not the least, bring in leader of the Decepticons, Megatron. And I like how Heavy Noisy or Brawl scales up to the new War for Cybertron figures, and it's really looking awesome. So let's take out all these others, and it's time to transform Heavy Noisy. So let's transform Heavy Noisy or Brawl into his tank mode. So first take off the shield, take off these guns, it will become the turret later. So you have all the cannons and the guns out. So now just straighten out his arms, and the fist, you just turn it around so that the fingers are facing out, and then the arms will slide in. So you just push it in like that. Same thing on the other side, so it's all locked in. So once you have the arms pushed in like that, so this part you just fold it back so you have a space for the head to fold into, and then the chest part you can fold it up like that, and you line up his shoulders to form the front end of the tank. And then make sure that the fists, as you can see here, the fingers are pointing out. And then on the leg part, you just fold in this heel spurs. Then you fold in, well, these parts will just fold into the back of the legs like that. And then the heels fold into the front of the feet. So like that. And then these two fists will go into these slots over here. So you just fold the feet 90 degrees, and then the shin part or the front part of the lower leg will swing like that. Do it the same on the other side. So both legs should look like this, and then that's the time you can swing in the fists into the lower legs like that, as you can see there. So it should all line up, and then there's tabs here that will connect the legs together. So once you have everything lined up, it should be all flat like that. Then you can tab them all together like this. Then the feet can fold in to cover the back part of the tank. There's two tabs that will tab into these holes over here to lock the whole front and back of the tank together. So this were the tank tread parts on the forearms. It will fold down, and you can see this slot over here will tab into this hole. So it's just fold in like that. Same thing on the other side. And now we have the base of the tank. It's time to form the turret. So on the cannon, just fold this down, then fold it up like this. And then this part you fold it in so that the smaller tab will appear. And then you connect both of these together. So this will tab into the hole over here. Now you have the tank turret done, and you can tab this into the hole in the middle of the tank. Put the two guns on the top. And now Brawl, or Heavy Noisy, is in his tank mode, and he really looks awesome as a tank. Unfortunately, it doesn't have wheels, so it just slides on the surface. But this tank has got great articulation. The turret can turn around. You can loosen the tab so you can turn the tank all the way around, because this one's removable, right? And then the cannon can tilt up and down as well, and there's additional articulation on the front part of the cannon. That's it for the articulation and transformation of Heavy Noisy. It's a really awesome tank. Now it's time for the size comparison for Brawl or Heavy Noisy. With bringing in the leader of the Decepticons, you have Megatron. Pretty good scale together. These two look awesome as tanks, and I love how they look like. And then let's bring another military vehicle as well. You have Hound, Well, it's not a pretty good scale. This should be a bigger because it's a tank. And then last tank I have in the collection is the Centurion tank drone. So here are the 3 tanks plus 1 Jeep in my collection. And these guys look awesome together. I am pretty happy with this addition to the collection. Now we're done with the comparisons. It's time to transform him into the limb mode, or the lower half of the body for Warbotron or Bruticus. So he becomes one of the legs, and to make him into a leg there has to be a foot. So there is a tank drone that comes with this set. So that's one of the tank drones, and this one has cannons which are postable, and then to make him into the foot, you just push the cannons into the back. Should look like this, and this will tab into heavy, noisy, or brawl. So it's very easy to get him into his lower foot mode. So you just push the cannon back up and fold in the front end of the cannon, and then this part, you see there's a division, will fold back to reveal the port, connector port, to form Warbotron or Bruticus. And then on the lower part, you just fold back the threads again so you can open or loosen up the lower legs, because you need to get this part into the feet. So like that, and then you just can see these holes which will fit into there, and that will just tab in together, back up, then you just lock it again. And now I have one of the limbs or the lower legs for Bruticus. And for comparison, for the combiners, here is the other foot. This one's for Predaking, and that's Tantrum. As you can see, Tantrum is pretty big figure. And you have the Unite Warriors aerial bots. So as you can see how small this thing is. So that has been my review and unboxing Heavy, Noisy, or Brawl. So stay tuned for the Wheel of Winners. Our winner is the Sayat.